Hi, it's me, Dave Crane, looking windswept and interesting as always. It's a weekend in Dubai and in much of the Middle East and many other places as well, I guess. But if it's a Friday for you, you're probably still working, so only a bit. That picture had me with my hat on, as you probably recognised. Otherwise, I've got a really funny but defined shaped skull. And that hat has been with me for, as you can probably see, because it looks a bit rough, for a very, very, very long time, probably about 20 years. Now, before that, I had a really nice brown suede hat that my wife and I had an argument over. Not because she didn't like the hat, but because we were travelling in the UK. And my family live in Leeds, and so we flew into Manchester. And it was about an hour drive between Manchester and Leeds. We decided to get a bus. And so my wife was in a very grumpy mood. Very rare, very grumpy. I don't even think we had a daughter then. That was how long ago it was. So very grumpy mood, and we got all the stuff from the bus onto another bus because we had to change buses because we got on the wrong bus or something. Anyway, so we got off and she's grumpy. So we go down to the bus and then we go and then we get ready to go and see my folks and live with my folks because we're on holiday from Dubai. And as the bus drove off, I said, "Where's my hat? My beautiful floppy brown suede hat that I've used for many huge events and has been seen on TV many times." And she said, "There." As the bus drove off, I went off into the distance. And so I bought the hat that you see in the picture, which I should show you the picture again. That's a picture. Have a look. So that's a hat. I bought that in South Africa because I had a gig in South Africa. In fact, I think I was doing a tour of hypnosis shows in South Africa. And so that's where the hat comes from. So when I show you the hat, it's got a legacy. And I've travelled with it all around the world, but the problem is it doesn't fit very... If I wear it when I go through customs, I look like a buffet for customs people because they're trained to look for anybody who looks unusual. A guy with long dreads and a hat like that on does not blend. If I tie it up and I stick it in the back of my t-shirt or something, I could probably get away with my hair without standing out too much. If I've got that hat on and my hair down, it says, "Guys, get the rubber gloves out. There's the boy." So the hat I put into a case. Now the problem is that if you put it into a case, it goes and squashes. And so every time I take it out after I travel, it just looks like somebody's played football with it. So that is my battered hat. Take a look. See, there's a legacy and a story to everything we talk about. Welcome to Dave Crane Daily. I love your thoughts, your comments. I love to know where you are, what you're up to. And today is a very special day because we're dedicating it to answering your questions about how do I get bigger and better using the systems that you're talking about. And if you want to speak, you want to grow, you want to position yourself as the very best, then we've got a really cool session coming up for you. Meanwhile, grab your coffee and enjoy. Cheers. Must make a mental note to myself. Do not choke on your coffee when doing a live show because you will look like an idiot and you'll be choking for the rest of the 7 minutes or so that you have left on your show. And I don't even know what I'm doing now because here, do you see I was writing notes? Because I'm old. I used to write on a bit of paper. But now you'd probably use like a special pen for writing on an iPad. That's not an iPad. That's a pen and a hand, which is ridiculous. You'd probably be typing like that, wouldn't you? Keep note to yourself. But then you wouldn't do it like that. You'd just get your phone out and you'd say, right, Siri, hello Siri, take a note. And Siri would start to, but I shouldn't do that because it's going to wake up and start doing things. So anyway, today's show is dedicated to looking at what you can do to really improve yourself. If you're in a business or you're running a business or you're in a job or you're wondering where to go, then you leave massive opportunities for super growth. So next up, let's have a look at an email that I got sent. I did ask you to send in emails, or you can do it directly through the website, speakonstage.com, and let's see how I can help you with that. That's up next on Dave Crane Daily. So welcome back. As the emails are here, let's have a look. So first one's here from Rahaf. That's Ray Kobeissi. And she's got a company called yourmentalhealth.com, raiseyourmentalhealth.com, which is great. And the thing that what she does, which is really special, is that she helps men with their mental health, which is a very rare occasion because most people just say men are fine, and most men say we're fine, but the truth is we're not. The pandemic made a big difference. I mean, because we're brought up to kind of have a stiff upper lip and pretend that nothing hurts. It does hurt, and it hurts as badly as it does for anybody else, for women and everybody else as well. But the problem is we don't have a way of expressing it. Because if you look at magazines in the days when you used to read magazines, men's magazines would be buy this watch or wear this suit or this is the latest sports result or they're not wearing very much. Isn't it interesting? Not that I read those magazines, but there you go. Whereas women's magazines would have, lots of questions and lots of emotions and how to think better and how to get on with members of your family. And it was all based on the idea of better relationships and emotional intelligence. Men have got emotional intelligence, but we haven't really been trained to use it that much. And so Ray is a specialist in that particular area. Now this says, hi Dave, hope you had an amazing day. I'd love if we could talk about men's self-care and self-love and why it's crucial for men to make self-care a priority in their lives. Let me know your thoughts. And here is my LinkedIn profile, and that's from Ray there. Thank you very much for sharing it, Ray. And there we are with all the details about Ray. Now, Ray's fantastic, and you must connect with Ray anyway. Let's have a look at her LinkedIn so you can see whereabouts she is and what she does. So if you go to her LinkedIn here, and it's Rahaf Kobeissi, and that might be a bit of a mouthful to go through. So I'm just going to be a critic here, by the way, Ray. I'm going to suggest that what you do is with your name there, unless you are speaking your native language, it's really difficult to connect with that name. I'm not saying it's a bad name, it's a great name. I would put in brackets Ray at the beginning or at the end to let people get access to the name that you want to be used with. If it's Rayan or Raef or whatever it is, make it easy for people to have. Now, one of the things you've put down here, which is fantastic, and I'll turn the volume up so we can hear it, is you've got this.
Hello, beautiful soul. Thank you for passing by. I think we should chat over coffee. Just tell me when.
There you go. See, that's brilliant. Most people don't know you can do that, but on your phone, when you go into your LinkedIn, you can actually put in a message. Most people, it's set aside actually for you to be able to write down, how to pronounce your name. But you can leave a 10-second message about you and your business that people can connect with. So I would have a persona that's based on the word Ray. I know that your company does that as well. Now, your specialty is working with CEOs and leaders and helping them to be able to get over emotional trauma and challenges and just the stress of being a leader. And most people hide it. And I know there was an incredible backstory for why you came through this and why you do it so passionately about your father. I would say that what you also need to do is, I know you've got a great podcast. I've been on it. I look forward to going on it again. If you look for all the different things you've got here, so your podcast is on Spotify and so on. It's called Don't Be a Man About It. I think that the way you look visually, I think you need to be on your own TV show because you look amazing. But here's the thing, on your podcast, and you are great on your podcast, the picture is more mousy. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, and I don't want to sound sexist about it at all, but I think that you're missing out on an opportunity to show different aspects of who you truly are. And that will really put into your branding. So therefore, when you pop up on stuff, you don't just pop up as an expert in men's mental and emotional health, but you pop up as somebody that people visually identify with being great, stylish, powerful, but also you do this incredible thing, which means that people will gravitate towards you as well. So I would definitely go with the TV thing. I would change your name on this as well. I think that what you have here with your LinkedIn page is great. I love the bannering here. You've got the I think I probably told you to do this. You've got this incredible message from People Arrive and a ton of followers here. I would make sure there's plenty of pictures of you. I would get a photo shoot done of you in lots of different places. I would also get a book written, which I would use to talk to. I'd talk to leaders. I'd ask them questions and I'd get leaders to tell you all about mental health direction and what they need to look out for men in their own company. I don't think that you need to do it just with men. I think you do with female leaders sharing that as well. But I think what you need to be able to do is identify your own particular niche. Now, the thing is, your backstory is incredible. I know what you do is incredible, but it might take a little while for that to be a signature message. So I'd work with you on your signature message. Like, for instance, with me, what I do is I teach people to jump and grow wings on the way down. That's my bottom line. Why is that? Well, whether you're stepping up to start your own TV show, are you going to be an industry icon, are you going to go for promotion, or you starting a new business, the idea that you jump and grow wings on the way down is a very simple message. I can tell it in an elevator. I can do a 3-day weekend all about that mindset that breaks into that. And it's very much me. If you read my stuff on social media, then you understand that. I need to find, or you need to find, something that's so specific to you that that message will travel without you, with you. But when you say what it is, then it's really powerful. I think Don't Be a Man About It is brilliant. But I also think it doesn't quite tell people what they need to do in relation to it. Does that make sense? I also would say that as brilliant as your message is, and as brilliant as the stuff that you do is very much aimed at one particular audience, which is a leader. A leader who is a CEO, and I understand that because then you can charge and they'll pay the money because it's not an option. They need it to be done. But I think you can also market to companies who want to look after all the men in their company who can't deal with this. And I'm not being sexist. She's brilliant at dealing with men in this. I think you need to deal with wives as well who know that their partner or their husband or their spouse is going for a lot of stress, but they don't know where to look. Maybe that works for the children as well, not necessarily the small kids, ankle biter types, but ones who are looking at their father's stress running a company. He's a certain amount of years old, and we need an expert who can deal with this. But I also think that the biggest challenge that you're facing right now is you. Why? Because you're brilliant at what you do and you're fantastic at coaching and helping people and doing the therapy, but there's only one of you to go around. So whilst you're marketing yourself, you're not working on stuff. And when you're working on stuff, you're not marketing yourself. So you've probably got this challenge that goes up and down all the time. You're really busy or you're not busy. Hopefully you're inundated with people who have got, you've got a queue of people waiting to see you. But what I would suggest is creating a self-care course, which can easily merge with your book. And that self-care course can be done for people to be able to do this on their own time, not necessarily going on a course with you. Maybe you do sessions with them as a group, but then they pay for a premium level where if they're willing to do that and they're willing to pay for your time, that's when you start working with them. So I think that's a staggering thing here. And you can make it so it's automatic. With your TV show, like I'm doing with Speak on Stage, you can create that relationship with people so they like you, they trust you, they want to connect with you, but they can go through different levels before you already start working with them. And that's what I do with the Industry Icon program. So Ray, contact me, let's have a chat. I'm happy to work through that and explore more stuff because this is a one-sided conversation and you'll probably turn around and say, I've got that, but I like this. And that's pretty much what it's all about. So I hope that works. Next up, let's have a look at something rather groovy as we take a little look at what you can do with your particular business. In fact, we're not going to do that. We're going to do that tomorrow or maybe the day after. I was going to show you a really great way of starting your TV show and making your events pop all year round, not just as a one-off when you do them. That way you can guarantee that you're not doing an event. You're actually doing a relationship build with a tribe of which when you have a live event, that's just your audience turning up. And that means you can do it 3 or 4 times a year, maybe even more times, but people are following you for your TV show. I'll illustrate exactly what that means in a future episode. But meanwhile, it's almost come to the end of the show. Oh, wow. Doesn't that happen when you're having fun? He said, knowing that not everybody's having fun. Well, you should be having fun. Anyway. So if you want me to have a look at your business, all you need to do is send me an email to this address, which I'll be sharing with you. If you send it to info@davecraneglobal.com, and I'll send it here so you can see it, info@davecraneglobal.com, then you can connect with me. Alternatively, go and have a look straight away if you're interested in how you can get there faster and you want to use speaking to pitch your business. All levels of speaking, podcasting, TV shows, being able to work in a live audience and all the things that go with that. You can see it on previous episodes, and also you can check it out on the videos which are here on my YouTube channel as well. Then have a look at that as well. But meanwhile, go to Speak on Stage. .com and pitch your business, and therefore you'll see everything that you need to see on that particular website straight away. Does that make sense? Yes, Dave, it makes perfect sense, and that's my YouTube channel in case you haven't seen it. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Don't overstay the welcome. It's looking like I'm pushing time, and I never do that. Grab your coffee, review everything on here, connect with Ray, by the way. Let me just show you once again where she is on LinkedIn. There you go. If you go to Rahaf Kobeissi, if you can see it just here at the top, let me share that with you right now. So Rahaf Kobeissi, can you see that? And look for Rahaf Kobeissi on LinkedIn. And if you want to connect with her, she's brilliant. I've spent many times chatting with her. Not only is she a lovely person, but she's also fantastic at what she does. And if you're challenged at the moment with emotional and mental issues relating to pandemic or beyond, then she is the girl for you. I was going to say a man for you, but that sounds kind of weird because she's not. That's it for me. Have a wonderful day. Catch up with you tomorrow. And because tomorrow is going to be a Saturday, that means my gorgeous daughter, my daughter's daughter, Maya, will be joining me on the show. So look after yourself, stay groovy, and love you, bye.